My name is Andy Princz. I'm from Stonebridge, NW10, Brent, London. Um, I'm a MC, musician, writer. I love music. It's my heart, it's my breath, it's everything I do. And I'm just trying to spread my words and spread the love of my music and the love of everyone else's music to everyone. So I play a bunch of instruments. My first instrument is trumpet, then I play keys, drums, guitar, and bass. So I produce a bunch of my own stuff. That's who I've been for a long time. I was a touring musician from the age of 20. I was playing with a Balkan dubstep band that was touring Europe called Gypsy Hill. Big shout out to my brothers Doron and Roy Erez. They were on tour with me and I love them both. I still talk to them. And yeah, I love being a musician. I love being, being able to tour, being able to play these big stages. And it was wonderful, but my heart has always been in the rhyming, into doing that from a very young age. That's how I started. I was the MC in my group. My boy Dan Hills was the DJ when we were younger, and he still does that. And I was the MC, but I moved in different directions. So I was playing trumpet, I was producing, then I wanted to just get on with doing my own stuff. So I started doing a lot of my own stuff, working with different people, different artists, doing different kinds of music because I'm very eclectic. I like, my top albums go from Anthony Hamilton to like Miles Davis to Rakim, or Nas or Tribe, But I just always wanted to do this and keep on doing this. And I got good. And I'm just like, yeah, let's do this, let's get it. I was touring as a musician for a long time. So I was playing with Gypsy Hill and I was touring with them as a trumpet player. But every so often I would come and be, do some little bit of comedy bit or come on and talk to the crowd because out of all of them, I was the most, bossy and just able to, just connect with the crowd and talk to people. It was more about, the music being really good and the music being, great for these festivals. So within that, there wasn't really space for like an MC or a singer. We had every so often features, but it wasn't really about that. So not to be in the front with that setup. I had other outlets. I've been a singer-songwriter, so I can sing. Like I've done vocals for a long time, and I've written songs for a long time. Coming off of the back of being an MC, but also wanting to do other things within music. Like my favorite thing, I want to write like one of the best love ballads. I want to work with a singer to write a love ballad. Do you know what I mean? That's one of my big dreams, to have a great love ballad. So it's not just about hip hop, but what I do as an artist, me as an artist, that's hip hop. That's the shit. Because I am hip hop. I take from everything and I make it new, I make it different for a different generation or my generation. So that's really what I wanted to give out to the world. So I had a band I was doing, a singer-songwriter kind of vibe. And it just wasn't, I was good, but it wasn't for me. So I just kind of changed, and it's taken me a while to get to the point where I want to now develop this thing or just release it because I've been developing it for so long. I've had lots of projects along the way, and I had always wanted to, do something, but I wasn't consistent. So, now it's like, it's the plan. Now we're following through. We're going to hit all the targets. We're going to do all the things that we set out to do and make it, make it a thought out, structured plan. So now we're just going at it. We're going there, releasing something every month. I had all this work, but where do I want to put it on a timeline? And I didn't see it on a timeline because I just had all this jumbled up stuff. And I was like, I want to release this, but how do I get it? What is the structure? And then we were sitting down, mesmerized, we were sitting down and we was like, okay, this is how we structure it out. We go from that era to that era, we end it off here, we go into that section. And it was just, as a creative, I just want to be creative. I just want to make music. I just want to make another piece of art that is going to make me feel good and hopefully make everyone else feel good. There's stuff from 16 years ago. Big shout out to DJ Maintain. Like, I love this brother. DJ Maintain is one of the sickest producers, possibly not just UK, but in the world, right? He's got a real, lovely ear for the hip hop sound, right? And we had made an EP 16 years ago. So this is right at the beginning, both me and Maintain, really right at the beginning for both of us. Not right at the beginning, but we're still coming up and we're still working out our things. And we made this record that I just brought out this year, So, and that was to do with people saying, it sounds a bit tinny and it doesn't sound this and it doesn't sound that, or you're not like this and that. And then again, I was sitting with my friend Eclipse and my boy has just gone, you know what, bruv, I've heard worse sounding tracks that I've needed to master for people to put out, and they were confident with it. So just put this thing out. And that just got me like, yeah, you know what? And that would kind of spark that conversation for me and Mesmerized to kind of get on this thing to go, yeah, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to run it this year. I'm a sensitive guy, right? I'm from the hood, but I have feelings, right? So when someone tells me there's something that Princz said, bless his soul, and again, part of my namesake, Princz said, when you make something, it's already the best thing you've ever heard because you're in that groove, you're loving it. It's when everyone else hears it and tells you about it, that's when you start to doubt yourself. And that's what happened. Okay, so through playing trumpet, I did play with an artist called Stylo G. Stylo, yeah, he's a great artist. A lot of people know Stylo. I did a music video with him at Carnival for his remix to the Bum Bum tune, the Sister Nancy tune, right? Which I think he called Bad. So if you check that music video, I'm in that music video playing the trumpet for him, right? And I'm just very eclectic, so I like to, work with new artists and work with different sounds. But again, bringing it back to me, that sound is hip hop. So going into the DJing thing, I just wanted to share music. That's part of being a DJ is being able to share music. I think a lot of DJs get caught up in I need to play the big record of now. Yeah, do that, but also play the big record that may not have been heard yet, or the big record of yesteryear that just went over people's heads, So for me, it's about, it was about sharing the music, but also sharing that bit of that bit of knowledge, from other stuff. And, even going into, I love hip hop, but I love the records hip hop comes from. So, playing those records and playing it, and people are going, oh, and then start singing and go, oh, no, that's not the song, but they love that song anyway. And they've heard it for the first time, and it's bringing these things to new generations. And that's what hip hop always done. It's brought that sound to a new generation for them to go back and listen to that original record and go, oh, that's bad. Inevitably, I've always been a writer. The thing that I would put up at the top is being a writer, yeah? Even, author, poems, those kind of things. I write short stories, I write poetry, all those elements of writing are a part of me, always developing. But I've always come back to lyricism, rapping, because it's the most fun sport. A lot of people can't write from a life because they haven't had, I've got a life to write from. And once I get past writing about this life, I want to write about the next life because I'm always growing. And that's the point. I just want to be better than I was yesterday. And my only competition is me, right? And that's where I keep going with it. I'm my own competition. How am I going to be better than I was yesterday? I'm a shy guy. And also, I wasn't ready for it at the time. Now, you see, I've done it all. I've been on X Factor. I've been on those shows and got to a certain stage in them, but it was not being mentally ready and right. That's not gonna happen now because I'm here. I'm ready right now. Like, and I can feel it. Like everything I've got going is right on the money. Everything I'm writing, right on the money. Everything I'm saying and doing, right on the money. So it's all about just now not feeling that little bit of shyness because I'm not, I can do it. But give me that stage, I'll do it. I'll rip it up, I'll tear it up. I don't think anything's hindered my progress. I think, again, time has been a thing, and learning about myself and learning how to deal with other people's actions that I cannot control has become easier as I've become a grown person and grown man, right? So I understand that I can't control that. I can only control how I react. Now, give a fuck. Like, do your shit. Do I need to react to it? I could. If I have to, I might need to, but I'm just leave it. Like, let you be you. So I'm out with my sister, Nat Illumin. We went to the Mick Jenkins concert the other week. And Mick Jenkins says, it's hard as a creative. You look over here at your best friend and they ain't messing with your stuff, they ain't playing your music, and then you look over here at your sister, at your girlfriend, and they ain't messing with your music, and you just kind of keep going until you don't know what's happening, because it's not to do with the conversations where you are in the room, it's to do with the conversations when you aren't in the room, and who's talking about you when you aren't in the room, and hear it, telling them to play your music. And I went away from that. I was like, that's so true. And it was inspiring in the moment. But then I'm thinking about it. I've gone home and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, Nat don't really listen to my music. Right? And I love her to bits. And she'll play my bits, but she's not really messing with my music like that. And then, the person that we're with, who's our mutual friend as well, they ain't really messing with my music. They might have played a few tunes, right? And I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm like, what do I do to gain traction in any way with even just my people, right? And then I started writing a song. I wrote it out. And there was just like that catharsis. There was that amount of like relief in that moment. I'd let that emotion go and I'd let it go onto paper. And then I wasn't, again, like I'm back in it. I'm back on doing what I was doing, because at the end of the day, the writing is the catharsis. The writing is to allow me to have distance from that feeling, because I am not the feeling, I am feeling the feeling. Do you know what I mean? So that's now, again, that's my drive, man. This is like, it's my life because it's my breath, but I can breathe still, And without it, I could breathe, but I just want it. And I just love it so much. That's all it is. So Ebo and me were chatting, and I love Ebo, right? Ebo was like, I don't like to listen to anyone else's music while I'm writing. I don't like to take any other influence while I'm writing. And something about that stuck with me, where I was just like, yeah, I want it to come all from me and to come from all within inside, and part of that, it's all about letting go of an emotion. Like I said, I'm an emotional guy. I'm sensitive, innit? So I just want to put that down on paper before I go out into the world and start bawling my eyes out for no reason. I'm ruthless in the most loving way. I just want to be seen, and the only thing that an audience, like a creative person, can ask for is an audience, right? You can love me, you can hate me, but be indifferent and I'll be upset, right? That's what like love and hate, same spectrum. Indifference, you don't care about me. But I don't mind either way. The man I am today, I just want to keep on growing and being the better person than I am every single day. Just keep on going and make good music for people to listen to, connect with. And, if you're going through that emotion and you feel my song and it really connects with you, or a word connects with you, and there's been a moment that has taken you away from it or made you feel better about it, that someone else is going through it, I've done my job and I'm loving it. Andy Princz, 25th of every month, on Spotify, on Apple, iTunes, on everything, DSPs, all over. You can check Andy Princz, 25th of every month. We've got stuff coming out either side of that in the month, but keep on watching, follow the Spotify, because yeah, it's gonna be fire. Like, we got some great stuff coming out. The Institution, which is one of the tracks we were talking about earlier, it's a hip hop track about, you know, being part of the culture and being, you know, growing up with it and growing up, you know, identifying as part of it. With hip hop, I would say being a part of that culture, it's kind of wild to not be different, because we was always, it's about being different. It's about taking something here and making it different over here. So every facet of it, you know, whether it's the art, whether it's the music, whether it's, you know, this or that part, the culture is, you know, really the community and the people, right? And it's not, you know, devised by what has been or what is coming. It's devised in the now. Like, what do we feel in the now as a creative, as an artist, as a part of this time? How are we putting something into that and being a part of that culture? Everyone can be a part of the culture, you know, but, you know, what are you putting into it and how are you a part of it, you know? That's really those are the important things. Andy Princz is a thoughtful, interesting artist that can make beats, can rap on them, can even sing on them. And you know what? Here's the greatest thing. He just wants to make music with all his people and bring in some amazing artists from the UK, from London, and just make music with them and put a little shine on them as well. Because you know what? If we rise as stars together, we shine bright. Please just enjoy the music that's coming out from the UK underground. We got some incredible people, myself included, and we got some shit coming on the way you ain't even expecting. It's gonna be fire. Real hip hop. That's it. Don't think I didn't work at it for so many years to be able to get it this good. I had to work at it. You don't get good at things without working at it. You got to put in the time. You got to be doing it every day. Like, look at like people like J. Cole. J. Cole, his whole camp, he tells them, if you're not waking up and writing at the beginning of the day and you haven't written something by 2 o'clock, then are you a writer? I'm an authentic brother, that's it. I'm me, whoever I am. You ain't gonna see me and be me, this guy, and me, that guy. I'm going to be me every time you see me. Follow both me, so at Andy Princz on Instagram and at Mes May Rise on Instagram as well.